Good morning, everyone. After a long and exciting week of streaming, today, sadly, is my final consecutive day of streams, but it's a really good one. Because today, on this show, once we hit the goal, it's time to order multiple smash burgers for today's head-to-head smash burger taste test on DSP Tries It. In addition, on the podcast, it's time to felt rich again because he reared his ugly head on the internet and had to bring me up. And so now he has to suffer. Plus, it's the premiere of Stalker 2. It came out yesterday to a glorious, or actually 2 days ago, to a glorious, I don't even know how to say, reaction. The game is supposedly a buggy mess, but people are still enjoying it. And so I want to see what all the hoopla is about today. So, all this plus more. We'll talk about how DS Politics went. We'll talk about everything. It's going to be a great one on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Excuse me, I was taking a sip of my drink here before the intro ended. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're ready for a great final day of streaming today. What's up, Game Boy? How you doing? What's up, everyone on both sides of the internet here? We got the YouTube side and we got the Kick side. Sometimes it feels like these are opposite ends of the world, quite frankly, but both audiences are great. So welcome, everyone. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Today is Friday, the 22nd of November, 2024. I'm DSP, the host of the show, and it is time for a good one. Yeah, we got a lot going on right now in regards to everything, and what I'd like to do is do a brief recap of how yesterday went, and then I want to basically let you guys know about not only today's big DSP Tries It, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I already have the idea for the Black Friday DSP Tries It. I already know what it is, and I think you're going to love it, okay? So, this is going to be a great show, all right? Very good stuff. Where to start? I think what we should do is start at the beginning. Let's talk about yesterday's streams to let you know what went down, where you can find content, etc. We'll talk about the schedule for the rest of the week coming up, and then we will jump into all of the exciting stuff, including taking a look at Review Tech for the first time in ages because he had to open his big fat mouth. Okay, so let's do it, shall we? Well, yesterday went really well, FYI. As a streaming day, as a content day, as a support day, like everything, all right? Coming back off of Wednesday, which was kind of a mess because I wasn't here for the first stream. My power had been out. There was a lot of chaos ensuing. I was able to jump back into a full day of streaming with relatively no problems. The first stream was really awesome. It was Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we finally got to play it after it not working a couple days before when I wanted to play it as a new release. You could jump right in now. Like, there's no wait, no queue, no issue. And man, let me tell you, this game ran absolutely beautifully on my PC. The graphics were great. Full 120 hertz, 120 frames, of animation. I played it at 1080p. Now, I very well could have played it at 4K, but knowing the level of detail and stuff that they were going to put into the game, I was like, I think I'd rather have it run smooth than be choppy. So that's why I did that. And I think I made the right choice because it did run smooth the whole day. I do believe that if I had went to 4K, the visuals would have looked a little bit more crisp, but likely the game might have had loading problems and frame rate drops. So I was okay with 1080p. We flew to a whole bunch of places, and the way that I ran the stream is that the top contributors got to choose where we went. So first we went to Fairfield, Connecticut, where I used to actually go to school, both in high school and in college. And we flew a helicopter around and then also landed it and got out and walked around, which was very weird, to say the least. The game still has weird, like lumps of Play-Doh or clay unrendered surfaces. So it's weird that the game lets you get out and walk around when probably 99% of the Earth is going to look like that. There are places that apparently they did put more detail into, such as the major cities and stuff like that, but any random spot just doesn't look very good. So, yeah. So it was good. And where did we go? Let me think. We went to Fairfield, we went to San Francisco, and flew under the Golden Gate Bridge, which was really cool. And then we saw it at night, which was awesome. To see those major cities at night with the lights on and everything, it looks super duper cool. The Grand Canyon, we did a flyover. Then we went to Mexico. People said, go find Ethan Ralph's shack in Mexico. So we flew to Merida, Mexico, and looked for it. Couldn't find it though. We also went to Minnesota, and we flew over the Mall of America, and then we went over Minneapolis at night, and that was really cool too. So we did a lot. We might have even done more. Oh, we went to Niagara Falls. I totally forgot about that. We went to Niagara Falls as well. So this was all picked by the people who were contributing on the stream, and people seem to love it. It basically is on par with the old streams that I used to do of Flight Sim, which lasted some time. You know, we did those over the course of an entire summer, and it worked really well for like 3 months of chill content. So we'll see what I'm going to do now. Moving forward, we're going to make Flight Sim a night chill streaming game. So it'll be like 2-hour increments on my late streams. And they should go well as long as people, you know, show up, obviously, and people contributing pick areas to go. It should be really awesome. Okay. So that was fun. And then the late stream last night was DS Politics episode 2, exclusively on my Kick channel, DSPGaming Reel. So if you were here, you saw how it went very well. So week 2 technically went better than week 1. We actually had a peak of over 1,200 viewers live on Kick. Now you might say, well, what do you mean by that? When I do this politics show, the viewers are all over the place, and you got a question, where are those viewers coming from? And I wonder, right? I don't know, because it seems like when I turn the stream on, I have like 400, but then naturally it increases to maybe like 700, 800, but then all of a sudden we'll get spikes. We'll get a spike, it'll go to 1,000. And then after like an hour, it'll go down to 700 again. Then all of a sudden it spikes, it goes to 1,200. And then it goes down to 700 again. So the question is, are they all legit? And the answer is, I don't know. There's no way I can tell. It very well could be my detractors view botting and doing dumb shit. I don't know. It could be people coming in from other streams. I have no idea. But the show's doing well. Overall, people are really enjoying it. We had 4 major segments and a bunch of mini stories. Let me put it this way. You know a show is a success when during and immediately following, it brings up discussion. And that's what happened. Like, immediately people were like, oh, that was a good take. Oh, I don't like that take. This, you know, what about this? Here's my take on this. And that was really good. Like, I liked it. That's what I want the show to do. That's the whole idea of doing a different kind of show. You know, when I sit here and I do my podcast, you know, there's an audience who wants to chill and hear, you know, news and scheduling and stuff like that. But when I'm doing this politics show, this is going to be kind of the hot take show. And I'm excited to see that people are excited. Whether they're in agreement or not, it doesn't matter. As long as it's stirring up discussion, that's the whole point, right? So, it went well, and support-wise, it also went well. We made way more than my goal, but like another $100. So that was excellent. And so, basically the clips. I made 6 clips or 6 highlights of last night's stream, each one being a completely different topic, and I've uploaded them to the DSP Reacts channel. What I should do is show you how that's going to work. So, it auto-played one. So, what's going to happen is, just like last week, okay, on the DSP Reacts channel, over the course of the next 3 or so days, those clips are going to appear. And, hold on a second. Here they are. So they're going to show up in this DS Politics Highlights playlist, all right? I hope you guys will check them out. These are great highlights of the different topics that were discussed, and it's a great way to just digest the show by watching highlights of the topics rather than the raw show. Now, if you like these topics and you want to see them fleshed out even better, definitely go watch the raw show on the the Kick channel. It should be archived there for a little bit. It's not going to be there forever because Kick doesn't auto-archive forever, but it should still be there for a while. All right, so give it a look. Last week, the clips did quite well. As you can see, some of them doing thousands of views and some of them doubling or tripling what a video would normally do on the channel. Already, the first highlight, only up for 13 hours, has almost 500 views and climbing. This is good. It means that this channel is going to get reinvigorated after basically being pretty stagnant for a year. So I'm happy for that. Now, if you become a channel member on this channel at the submissions tier level, I am posting up exclusive posts, all right, where only those members can actually post up feedback. For example, here it is. So this was the post that I did last night. It's a members-only video, and it's a members-only post, and people respond to this with their nominations of what they want me to look into for next week, including news articles, videos, or just topics in general, all right? So that's how you can be interactive with the show and be a part of it. And to be honest, this show from last night actually worked out really well because of that feedback. If I didn't have all that feedback, I probably would have missed a couple of topics that actually ended up being really good topics for the show. So please consider becoming a member over on DSP Reacts and being a part of the political discussion and submitting stuff for next week's show. It should go really well if you do. Okay, so it went really well. I'm pleased. FYI, next week, it will not be on Thursday night. Reason being, Thursday is American Thanksgiving, which we've been building up. Well, that's Jasper Kitty. But we've been building up American Thanksgiving here for quite some time, and it's going to take place on Thursday. So because of that, I'm not doing a night stream that day. I'm going to be having a delicious American Thanksgiving dinner with my wife, Kat. It's going to be great, and I'm not going to be streaming. But then I'm going to be back on Friday, and so we're going to do DS Politics on Friday night as the late stream exclusively on Kick, okay? Everyone applaud. Very nice. That's right. You're going to get Black Ops Friday and a DSP Tries It if we hit the goals for the week. And you're going to get DS Politics all on the same day. How crazy cool is that? All right. Now, before we get to the schedule for the rest of the week, which I want to cover, there's a few things that we should do, housekeeping issues, okay? Housekeeping issue number 1. The goal. The streak continues. It continues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And I want the streak to continue, obviously. It's helped a ton. It's the reason why I'm right now looking at deals for PCs. I've actually been looking at several PCs. We looked at 3 yesterday. I've been looking at more. I'm trying to find the right desktop PC so that I can get a new streaming and capture set up because I need it desperately. At this point, this PC is having endless problems. Like I said, this week, it kept telling me it needed to restart because of hard drive errors, and I was like, oh, this is not good. So it's on its last legs. It's time to get a new one. Basically, by the end of this week into next weekend, I want to get a new PC. I just don't know which one to get yet. I'm eyeballing certain ones. I'm looking for new deals. People are sending me deals to look at. So it's a big thing. It's an arduous task. I want to get the right one. I don't want to rush into it and buy one and then have buyer's remorse. So thank you for that. Your level of support has allowed me to do so many improvements this year, and it continues. Now, today, when we hit the goal on this very stream, I'm going to be ordering smash burgers for today's episode of DSP Tries It. But you guys have been incredibly supportive. All right? You have. And I told you that if we exceeded my goals for a couple of streams, I would actually upgrade the special event. Well, you did so, because yesterday we exceeded on the first stream, and then last night we exceeded by about $100. So I've just decided, I mean, I could be a stickler and be like, oh, we're short like $12. I don't care. Today, we are doing the best episode of DSP Tries It I have ever put out, because today, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be trying one smash burger. No, that's plebeian. That's normal. That's what a standard YouTuber or streamer would do. Today, I'm going to be doing a head-to-head taste test on DSP Tries It. That's correct. It's going to be multiple smash burgers. That's right. So I'm going to have smash burger number 1 and smash burger number 2 from 2 completely different businesses, and we're going to do a head-to-head taste test. But that's not good enough because this is DSP Gaming. This is DSP Tries It. This is the place to be on the internet. So today, for the first time ever, unprecedented, never done before, probably will never be done again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be taste testing not one, not two, but 3 different smash burgers on DSP Tries It. I'm literally ordering from every place that delivers a smash burger to my home for today's episode. It's gonna be Jack in the Box. It's gonna be Shake Shack. And it's gonna be Sonic, brother. 3 smash burgers going head to head in a triple threat testing right here on the channel. How are we gonna do it? It's gonna be arduous because I'm gonna try to schedule it so they all show up at the same time, but you have no idea. Like, one of these places is literally not even 10 minutes away. The other is in downtown, which has heavy traffic and still has lights out from the power outage a couple days ago. And then the other one is at the mall, which is a half an hour away. So I'm going to try to schedule them all, but I have no idea if and when they're all going to show up. All right? And this is only because you guys have been so supportive this week. You went above and beyond the goals. However, I'm not ordering till we hit the goal today. That's the rule. I have to hit the goal on this stream, and then I'm going to do this triple order. All right? So I certainly hope that you guys will enjoy. When is that taking place? Well, right after the gameplay stream. So we're going to have the podcast, the gameplay, and then we're doing DSP Tries It. It's going to be a crazy episode, all right? So please support the stream, and thank you to those who have supported all week. Notably, let's do a couple of shout-outs right now, and then we'll continue on with the show. So our first contributions of the day have already come in. We got Afro Carl with a $5 super chat, who says, I watched so much of your detractors, I thought that I would give you a shot. Good luck, laughing out loud, no shade. You really, I'm going to be honest, you probably lost many brain cells watching the detractors. The stuff that they do at this point is so completely full of it. And what I mean by that is, they quite literally over-exaggerate or make shit up blatantly now because they have nothing else to talk about. Like, they'll say things like, oh, Phil bought the PS5 Pro. It wasn't donated by a fan. Okay, if that was true, who cares? What if I did spend my own money to upgrade my business and have a piece of equipment for it? So why is that bad? So if a fan donated it, it's fine. And if I bought it, it's fine. Where's the issue? But that's what I mean. That's all they do now. They have nothing else to say or talk about because I'm successful. I'm doing well. I'm getting views. I'm getting attention. People are talking about me in a positive light. I'm making good money. My equipment's all upgraded. There's no controversy or drama around me anymore. It's all gone. It's all been dispelled. Nobody cares. But they're so desperate for content because this is how they make their living. So they have to make shit up constantly and make mountains out of molehills. So I don't even pay attention to them. Like, seriously, I don't give a shit about any of it. I don't care. You know, why waste time talking about what they're talking? I'm sure they're talking about something new today that I'm not aware of, and I don't give a shit. Okay? But welcome. Hopefully you enjoy the show on its own merits. Okay? Our second contribution came from Don McLean, a €10 super chat. Let me get him on the leaderboard here because that is the top super chat of the day so far. And so Don says, sometimes I like to imagine Phil is spreading his arms out so wide that they circle the entire earth and then they come back around to meet in prayer to Jesus Christ. And then he says, enjoy Stalker 2, everybody. Thank you, Don. I have no idea what you're getting at or what the hell that's supposed to mean, but I do appreciate you. Oh, I put Don in the wrong thing. I put him down as top tipper by accident. I'm sorry, Don. Let me fix that. There we go. Thank you, Don. Okay, and over on Kick, Rare Tricks has gifted a sub. That's our first gifted sub of the day. Thank you, Rare Tricks. So, we're currently up to $20 to support. When we hit 150 on this stream, I will do the order. Now, by the way, some people in chat are showing concern. And listen, I actually appreciate those of you who are showing concern. They're saying, Phil, are you crazy? You're going to eat 3 cheeseburgers today? No. It's a taste test. I'm not going to eat all three. I'm going to test all three. I'm not going to sit here and eat 3 whole cheeseburgers. What are you, crazy? I'm 42 years old. I can't be doing that shit. I'm going to, what I'll do, we'll probably do a dissection, or what do they call bisection? We cut them in half so you can see what the cross section looks like on each burger. And then I'm going to eat some of each. Maybe I'll have like a half of each or a third of each, I'm not going to be eating full 3 burgers. That's crazy. You're out of your mind. All right. So that's correct. What I do is anything I don't eat, I immediately throw out and waste. Correct. There's no way that I could possibly wrap and save that stuff for later. There's no way that my wife would possibly want to taste it later and see if she likes it. We just throw everything out right into the trash. Correct. That's the kind of people we are. I swear, people are like, it's like common sense. Like, what do you think he does with the food he's not eating? Saves it. Anyway. So, this should be fun. I'm very excited. And I hope that we goes well and we hit it as soon as possible. Like I said, the sooner we hit it, the better, because then I can order and start to schedule it. I'm going to try to schedule it early. Like, usually I finish my gameplay around 4 p.m. I think I'm going to try to schedule it a little earlier because some of the places are far away. I want them to show up, like, within a relative amount of time. And I already know that there are some traffic lights out around here still. Yes, I'm not kidding. So our storm was Tuesday night. It is Friday, and there's still traffic lights out, and they haven't even touched them or cared about fixing them yet. How stupid is that? So who knows what's going to happen with these getting here. But, all right, I'm excited. Now, by the way, Parasolo, thanks for 42 months as a member, who says, this has mixed impressions, but I hope it runs good for you. I think he's talking about the game, and I think his keyboard is broken, because that was really rough typing. But thank you, Parasolo, for 42 months of support. I appreciate that. All right. Okay, so I already have the idea for next week's DSP Tries It. And this is incredibly timely because this just happened yesterday. All right. And again, I got to give credit. My wife finds this stuff. I'm not aware of it. She finds it and tells me, and I'm like, oh, that sounds good. So listen to this. Next week, we're going to try a brand new limited time menu that just hit. Are you ready for this? This is what we're going to do for next week's Black Friday edition of DSP Tries It. Here it is. Hold on. If only I could find the scene. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Burger King is doing a $1 million Whopper promotion. I don't know what it means, okay? But basically, they have 3 limited time Whoppers. One is the Mexican Street Corn Whopper. One is the Maple Bourbon Barbecue Whopper. And one is the Fried Pickle Ranch Whopper. They are all very different, okay? So, where are they? How do I see them? I don't want to order. I want to see them. I guess I can't see them. So basically, they each have completely different ingredients. The Mexican street corn has like a street corn, like condiment on it. It's like pieces of corn with a sauce, and also they put like those crunchy Frito style chips on the burger. The Maple Bourbon Barbecue Whopper, I believe, has fried onions and bacon and a Maple Bourbon Barbecue sauce on it. And then the Fried Pickle Ranch Whopper actually has fried pickles. Now, Burger King never had fried pickles. So that's something completely new. And then they're also doing Swiss cheese and a ranch sauce on it. I've literally never had ranch on a burger before. Okay, so I have no clue about this at all. But next week, when we hit the goal, not if we hit the goal, when we hit the goal next week, and we continue on with the streak, all right? When we hit that goal on Friday, it's time to order not 1, not 2, but all 3 of the new Burger King Whoppers for a triple taste test to see out of the 3 new ones, which is the best. This is what a crazy return to DSP Tries It. If you had told me earlier this year that Phil was going to see Phil, you're going to have a resurgence, okay? You're going to have so much support. You're going to fully upgrade your setup. You're going to have so many people liking and watching your content. You're going to restart DSP Tries It, not to make money, but just to have fun, because it doesn't matter, because you're doing so well, you can just do the show. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, you want to talk about a redemption arc? This is a freaking a coronation arc. Seriously, like I'm doing good, and I'm very happy with you guys. I mean, I'm so happy that I'm having so much fun. This has been the best year, and like I said, rest assured, when Thanksgiving comes around next week, we're gonna have a special segment where I'm gonna tell you all about my true thoughts about everything. But this has been so insane, man. I remember I retired this show because it wasn't getting many views and wasn't making any money. Now I can just do it for fun. Thank you. All right. So that's going to be fun next week, right? That's going to be cool. 3 different new versions of the Whopper, all, tried together, and then seeing which is the best. That's going to be neat. All right. So that's next week, by the way. That's not today. Today we're doing the Triple Smash Burger Challenge, and we'll be doing the Whopper stuff next week. All right. By the way, what's up, King Michael? What's up, Jade? I see Jade's here today. How's everyone doing? What's up, Illit? Perry the White just gifted 5 subs on Kick. Thank you, Perry. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Thank you so much. That's the biggest contribution so far today overall. So that gets us up to $45 in contributions, and we've just started. Thank you all, everyone. Again, the sooner we hit the goal, the better. I'll be ordering the food as soon as we get it. All right? Very, very good. Let's get it going, man. All right. By the way, Bloom Kit did a $2 super chat. Says, eat them all on stream to felt the detractors. Eat what on stream? Bloom Kit, what are you talking about? Today's DSP Tries It? That's the idea, is to eat the smash burgers on stream. I'm confused at what Bloom Kit was talking about. Anyway, all right, so very nice. And let's continue now. So now what is going on with the schedule for the week? Let's talk about that. So today, the first stream is the premiere of Stalker 2. I've got it via Game Pass. I'm ready to go on the PC. I've heard hilarious things about the game, like you kill an enemy and then they launch and do somersaults up into space, or you kill them and all the weapons just start floating like they're paranormal activity stuff, like all kinds of stuff. So anyway, it should be interesting. I'm excited to see how it goes. And see if the game's any good. I don't know if it's good or not, to be frank. We'll see. But that's the good thing about Game Pass. There's no risk, only reward. So we'll give it a shot. Tonight on the late stream, it's Friday Night Fights, and I'm going to return to Street Fighter 6, and this time I think I'm going to play with M. Bison again. Now, keep in mind, I haven't played with M. Bison in ages. I'm going to forget how to play with him. I'm going to have to try to get back into, fighting shape. So bear with me as I suck and rage and lose a lot tonight to all the Kens and Cammies that will be played, because, no one has any fucking skill or talent, and they all just pick Ken and Cammy and do the pattern play. So that'll be tonight. Tomorrow, I'm off. Saturday is my weekly day off from streaming. Okay, so no streams tomorrow. Honestly, it's going to be an interesting day. I got to do my errands, and I think tomorrow I got to do a ton. I think I have to go to the pet store, and I also have to go grocery shopping. But I think I might have to, I'm trying to clean out my garage. I've told you guys. And it takes a lot of trips to the dump because there's all this accumulated shit. And like I said, we've been cleaning the house out. So we got stacks of shit. So this last week, I threw out the blinds. We have 2 old rugs to get rid of. Excuse me, and a bunch of racks and stuff. So I'm like, man, I think I might have to make another dump run. So I might be out all day tomorrow running around doing errands. It's oh, great day off, right? But anyway, I'll be back on Sunday. Now, this week is going to be interesting. FYI, my week this week is a little different because of the Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday. Allow me to explain. So I'm going to be here full streaming on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. For 4 straight days, I'll be putting out double days of streams. Every one of those days, the double days will be gameplay. So what playthroughs am I currently working on? Well, Bloodborne, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're starting Stalker, and we've also got Street Fighter in the mix, right? And when I say Street Fighter, it could be Street Fighter 6, it could be the Marvel 2 collection. Although, honestly, I am disappointed because the Marvel 2 collection at this point is a bunch of rage-quitting bitches. Like, I'm playing people that are ranked Grandmaster, meaning that's the highest rank in the game. They're supposed to be good. Well, guess what? They're not. They're just scrubs, but they have gotten that rank because they kept playing while everyone else kind of quit the game. And I played the game back in the day in arcade, so I'm actually good. And I'm playing them with joke teams like BB Hood, and I'm spanking them. Like, I'm not just barely beating them, I'm spanking them. So then they get upset and they rage quit. And it's like, so then what's the point of this game? If anyone could rage quit, even a Grandmaster, and there's 0 penalty, that's fucking embarrassing. What a pathetic game. And it's true. The game is pathetic. There's no crossplay. There's no penalty for rage quitting. You can never have a demotion of points. The whole game's pointless. It's yet another classics collection that Capcom has pumped out, or I should say pooped out, that is a piece of garbage. You know, at first the hype was, ooh, we get to play these games. Now it's like, oh, wait, a few months in, there's no longevity. No one's going to stick around playing it because they screwed it up so badly. It's so dumb, right? So, yeah, I'm really upset because I really want to play more. Like, I like Marvel 2, I like Marvel 1, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to be a good game moving forward. So that's why for now we're playing Street Fighter 6. I may try to return to the collection in the future, but it's going to be Street Fighter 6 for the foreseeable future as I try to get back into the swing of things and play with the characters that I'm good with, etc. Okay, so I'm playing all those games again. Dragon Age the Veilguard, Bloodborne on PS5 Pro, Stalker 2, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and Street Fighter 6. So those games will all be... Oh, and by the way, Call of Duty. Duh, I almost forgot about Call of Duty, right? So, with all of those games in the rotation, you know, the question is, what do I play when? And I've been trying to make the schedule, and even I can't, like, decide. Like, I'm undecided on what to play when, so I think I need to shift my schedule around more and more. So today we're going to try Stalker 2 and see if it's any good. And then tonight we're doing Street Fighter 6 with M. Bison. I'm off tomorrow. On Sunday, I'd like to do another daytime stream of Bloodborne. It worked as a day stream earlier in the week. And I'm making good progress in it, so I want to do another daytime stream of it. And then the late stream that night will probably be Call of Duty. And I apologize because I made a schedule last night and I completely forgot all about Call of Duty, and I want to put it back in the schedule. So probably like Sunday night will be Call of Duty, but the question is, do we do multiplayer or do we do Warzone? I could do either. I'm down for either. What do you guys want more of, right? So think about it, and we'll have to make that determination. Then on Monday, if we liked Stalker 2, I'll probably play it again. If not, we'll probably do Dragon Age Veilguard. And then Monday night, we'll probably do some more Microsoft Flight Simulator, okay? And then moving forward during the week, the day streams will likely be either Stalker or Dragon Age or Bloodborne, and the night streams will either be Call of Duty or Street Fighter or Microsoft Flight Sim, okay? And that's going to go all the way through Wednesday. Now, Thursday is American Thanksgiving. I will do one stream that day, and it will be a morning earlier stream where I'm going to be doing a very special episode of the podcast where I'm going to recap everything that I'm grateful for, okay? So it's going to be a great episode, and I hope you'll tune in for that. And then we can do whatever we want that day. I'm thinking since it's Thanksgiving, I want to do more chill vibes. Like, I don't want to do anything that's going to be, like, stressful. So maybe we'll take a look. Maybe we'll do, like, a whole flight sim stream that day or something like that. Like, top contributors get to pick where we're flying on Thanksgiving. That could be fun. There will be no late stream Thanksgiving night because I'm going to be having a nice meal with my wife that she's going to make. We have all the ingredients here now. I'm very excited. We're going to have turkey. We're going to have multiple kinds of potatoes. We're going to have stuffing, cornbread style stuffing. We're going to have a green bean casserole. We're going to have cranberry sauce. We're going to have rolls with butter, and we're going to have pumpkin pie. It's going to be a veritable American feast. And then on Friday, it's Black Friday here on DSP Gaming. Black Ops Friday, first stream. So we'll do Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on the first stream. And the late stream will be DS Politics. And if we hit the goals all week, the Triple Whopper Taste Test will happen as well on DSP Tries It. So what a week. What a freaking week that we have in store. That's a crazy loaded week of gameplay, of fun, of all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm very pumped. Oh, by the way, one final thing. After Thanksgiving ends on Thursday, when we come back on Friday, guess what Friday is? Are you ready? It's time to start the Christmas celebration. Where here on the stream, we will have Christmas animations, Christmas decorations, and we will have Christmas animations for all of your contributions including, me in AI faceover over all kinds of fun stuff. So it's going to be a great one. I cannot wait. It's going to be very exciting. I love the Christmas season. Christmas festivities are in full swing around here on DSP Gaming. Once the season starts this Friday, it's going to be absolutely exciting. Okay. Excuse me. So I hope that you are all excited. Okay? Cool. Okay. All right. So that covers everything, right? I think we've thoroughly covered everything going on. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to head into our next segment. All right. So here's the deal, everyone. All right. I don't like bringing up certain people all the time, but every once in a while, someone opens their mouth or acts like a fool, and then they get taken to task here on the show, right? You notice every day I'm not talking about this person said this or that person did this. I don't really care, right? I'm not that kind of guy. But every once in a while, someone does something so embarrassing or so stupid or just so dumb that I feel like I have to bring it up on the show, okay? Excuse me. And so yesterday, I received word that Review Tech USA was streaming again. Now, for the record, Review Tech had already stated multiple times that he was taking a streaming hiatus to spend time with his family and he would return in 2025. He has now returned like 3 times already since he made that promise. So he's a liar. He's completely disingenuous. He's not spending time with his family. He's ready to run back to stream at a moment's notice. Okay? So, here's the deal, because everyone has been trying to cause drama recently. So, just very frankly and matter-of-factly, I don't know what's going on with Kino Casino. I don't know about any drama. They have their own detractors. They always have, right? And they deal with the same kind of harassment and shit like I do, just on a different level and a different scale. I guess right now the detractors are saying shit about them, and I have absolutely no clue about any of it because I'm not in the loop. I'm not privy to any behind-the-scenes data or any, I don't know anything, right? Nothing. I only just started having any kind of conversation or collaboration with them in August, okay? So I literally have no idea what's going on over there, nor do I care, right? It's none of my business, quite frankly. Business as usual over here. We're busy. We got tons of stuff to do, right? So I have no idea what's going on. But if you haven't noticed, the last couple of days, people have been coming by in my chat and trying to stir up big drama. First, they're trying to say stuff like, I'm involved. No, I don't even know what you're talking about. Then they're trying to ask me about stuff, and I'm like, I don't know anything. I really don't know why you guys are bothering me about this. It has nothing to do with me. And I don't have any input. I don't have any data, nothing, right? So I don't even know what's going on. It could very much be bullshit, completely all nonsense, made up by detractors, right? I don't know. I don't care either. So that's why you notice I'm not even saying a word about any of it, because it's none of my business. I'm not going to speak about something I'm uninformed about. But what's happened is everyone out there who doesn't like the casino, because perhaps these are people who get made fun of on the casino, have basically tried to strike at the casino now in the past couple of days. And so did you really think that Review Tech, with the way that he's been completely destroyed by the casino and me this year, was going to do anything but take a shot at them? So that's what he did yesterday. Now, I'm not here to even talk about that. I don't care. What I'm here to talk about is what he did on his stream, which is so ridiculous. I don't even want to spoil it yet. I just want to show you what I mean. So let's go ahead and jump over to the Twitter timeline, of course. And here are some clips from his stream yesterday. You ready?
All right, let me Cog, are you on Twitter, my dude? I think you are. I think you responded to me on Twitter. Maybe. I don't know. I'll check right now and look for you.
So he's live on his stream, and somehow it becomes an idea or a decision. He's going to have Cog on his stream as a guest. Well, he didn't plan it out. He didn't do any logistics work or technical work behind the scenes at all. He basically just decides on the fly in the middle of his live stream to do this. Why? Because he doesn't have any content. Get it? He just, I'll just do this now. I didn't think about doing this beforehand because that would take coherent thought and effort, but I'll just do it now. Where is he? Is he on Twitter? What's his account? How could I possibly? So from what I'm gonna understand, this took about 30 minutes for him to logistically get this to finally work. Like, he really couldn't get anything to work on the show. But let's continue. I might fast forward here a bit. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. All right, here we go.
You like the background?
There you go. I'll be working.
Hey, man, you're DSP's your biggest fan, from what
Let's
I
make
hear.
sure all my stuff's coming through correctly.
Can you hear me?
So he gets Cog on his show. His first words out of his mouth are, DSP is your biggest fan from what I've heard. Not even, hello, how are you? Welcome to my show. His first words out of this obsessed man's mouth is, DSP is your biggest fan. This guy is fucking nuts. He is literally sitting in his room with a green screen, and he has superimposed himself onto my set. He actually stole my set. Why did he do this? Because my set is 4,000 times better than anything he's ever done. And he knows it. And he's jealous as fuck. This crazy man wishes that he was Darkside Phil. Right now, he wishes that he was sitting right here broadcasting this show to you. He wishes that he was happily married. He wishes that Jasper Kitty was his cat. He wishes that he had everything that I had this year and then some. He is insanely jealous and he is nuts. I mean, no lie, I feel like if he could, he would rip my skin off my body and wear it on his at this point. You know, like some crazy, you know, like Silence of the Lambs shit. I believe it. At this point, I totally 100% believe it. This is scary. This isn't, he thinks it's funny. He doesn't understand that this is actual mental illness and this is scary behavior. You're telling me you actually are superimposing yourself onto me and you think that this is funny? And then again, I'm going to get a guest on my show. The first words out of the mouth are, hey, I heard your DSP, our DSP is your biggest fan. Huh? For the record, I've talked about Cog twice on the Level 1 podcast. There were 2 segments I did about him. The first was the segment where I made fun of him because his Discord leaked, where he was making fun of me. And then the second was saying, hey, look, my entire plan worked. I talked about Cog on my show. My idiotic detractors ran over there and paid him money so that he would imitate me. And so the experiment worked. That was an experiment to see if I mention someone, will someone go over and pay them to hate on me? And it 100% worked. Okay. And that was it. Like every once in a while, people will bring up the same thing, but nothing. I haven't brought this guy up at all. And quite frankly, I don't care about him in the least. He's an insignificant human in the scope of things. Okay. I don't give a shit about Cog. So why would he even say the first words out of his mouth? Oh, you know, I heard Phil's your biggest fan. What are you talking about? I've mentioned the man twice. And it was to prove a point and to do a little experiment with my detractors, and now it's over. You're crazy. And you want to be me, and it's incredibly disturbing. Let's continue.
Bear with me. I've not used this before, so there we go. There you go now. Yeah.
Take your time. Phil is your biggest fan, from what I hear.
Look, DSP is a fucking retard. I can't really put it any other way. Oh, sorry. Am I okay to say that on your show? I said it on my show.
Yes, I say retard all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, cool.
So the first words out of Cog's mouth is a slur that you're not supposed to say, right? And then Rich proceeds to clap like this above his own head. And the insane ripples of fat on his arms, it looks like there's like an ocean going. It's like, oh my God. Are you kidding me? Like, this is content. This is the epitome of content, right? Again, what was the point that I made recently? I said, you have to understand, for some reason, okay, my existence on the internet as a YouTuber and as a streamer has created, it is reverberated. It's like this multiverse ripple, right? Like, and everything changes. And all of this content and all of this stuff seems to be just because I exist, right? Like, do I even care about Review Tech or COG? No, I don't. I don't watch them. I rarely bring them up. And then every once in a while, someone's like, hey, Phil, check this out. And I look at it and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That's not real. Wait, it is. This is all real. Like, at first, someone sent me this screenshot. I thought this was a Photoshop. I was like, oh, that's funny. Someone Photoshopped Rich onto me, you know, because everyone says he wishes he was me. You know, he's jealous and everything. That's why he talks about me constantly. So I get the joke. And people were like, no, it's not a joke. Go watch the show. I was like, what? And then they sent me this clip and I looked at it. I was like, what the fuck? You can't make it up. You literally can't make it up, man. It's insanity. So I think in this 5 minutes, they barely even say anything. So I don't even think I'm going to watch the whole thing. Maybe I'll skim around. But, like, there's basically nothing of substance. Okay? But let's just listen a little more.
Cool. Yeah, so Phil's just a bit of a retard. So Phil blocked me on Twitter because he got told by Kino Casino to do so. I've never messaged.
I did not block him on Twitter because Kino Casino told me to do so. I don't even know who he is. Likely I blocked him on Twitter, if I even did, because he was probably saying dumb shit on my timeline. So I blocked him so I didn't have to see him. Just like everyone else. I use my Twitter mostly for business purposes. I barely ever put personal tweets or anything up on my X timeline, okay? So if I block you at this point, it's probably because I just don't want to be bothered with bullshit. Like Rich is blocked because every time he tweeted at me, a million idiots would respond to his tweet with dumb memes and shit, and my whole timeline would be filled up with crap. So I blocked them because I don't want to have crap on my timeline. I want to be using it for work, right? So I don't understand what this guy thinks. Like, COG is so obsessed with Kino Casino that he's convinced that every negative thing that happens to him in life has to do with them. So because I blocked him on Twitter, likely because he said something dumb, and I blocked him because I didn't want my timeline full of filth, he assumes, oh, it's because Phil has association with Kino Casino this year, so they must have told him to do it. Do you really think? Yes, okay, here's actually what happens, okay? Every single day, when I turn off my stream, the first thing I do is I open up our super secret shared documentation online. We have a shared server with documents, and it's the ban list. And guys from Kino send me the list of people who today I must ban from my existence. I can't interact with them. I can't talk with them. I'm not allowed. It's called the Kino blacklist. Okay, this is real. I swear this is real. This is what we do all day. We don't have lives and jobs and shows to work on and content to produce for people to make money. We sit there with a blacklist and we block people all over the internet. What the fuck is he talking about? Like, again, these people are nuts. These people are legitimately insane.
Before that.
Oh
and then
my God. That's really the reason he...
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry.
crazy.
So he just blocked you because he was their lapdog? That's only the only reason.
100%. 100%.
Oh.
You have no evidence of anything because it didn't happen. He just says it as fact. This is exactly what my detractors do. They say something. Oh, well, if that were good, that would be bad for Phil if that were true. Well, let's just say it's true then. And then they all repeat it as a meme and they all believe it because they're morons, even though it's not real and there's no actual evidence of any of it. That's exactly what my brain dead detractors do. They have become detractors. They just don't realize it because they're so stupid. It's the same cultish mentality. We hope it's true. We want it to be true, right? So now let's just say it that it's true. Okay.
Oh, and that's the reason he started making video or live streaming talking about you and shit?
Yeah. I'd never atted him before that point, and then I only did to point out he blocked me.
Someone sent me, it wasn't Kino Casino, someone sent me COG's Discord link showing that COG was talking shit about me. So I said, I have no idea who this guy is, but I'm going to do a test with my detractors. That's all COG ever was. He was a test. The guy gets like 2 viewers. Who the fuck? Why would I care if he talks shit about me? He's a nobody, right? But I said, can I do a test here where we do a segment on this guy, this nobody, and my detractors will go support him? And that's exactly what happened. That day he streamed and he imitated me. He was putting on glasses and a vest and a hat, despite the fact that I had already retired those things, but he's so out of the loop and dumb, he didn't know that. So he did everything like I used to do. And then my detractors went and gave him hundreds of dollars that day. Now, it was all fleeting. It didn't last. Since then, the guy gets no views and no support anymore. but that's not shocking. But it was all it was a litmus test. Will it work or not? It did. 100% hook, line, and sinker. My detractors fell for the trap. So that was it. And then the next day I said, oh, the trap worked. And that's literally it. I haven't said a word since then about this guy unless someone brings him up. I don't care about him. But to him, I'm obsessed. I'm a fan. I blocked them on Twitter because of Kino. They're nuts. These people are actually legitimately disturbed in the head.
Oh my God. And now, you know what's funny is with all this shit that's going down, he's super silent.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But
Ooh.
he's completely distanced himself from them. And I think it's just because of all this coming out. Like, I've obviously
What?
just doing a show now confirming that Wolski was in the Bellagio Hotel because obviously he posted out a video.
See, and so they're talking about all this drama. I literally know nothing about it. Keep in mind, I don't follow my detractors. I don't follow other people's detractors either. Okay, so why would I don't know anything about any of this stuff that they're talking about. Have I distanced myself from Kino Casino? No. Have I come out and disowned them? Have I come out and said anything? No. We had been in talks to do a couple different things. One thing was possibly doing some new gameplay, and we had a few ideas for a couple games that we may do in the future. And I have been in talks with Triple P, I call him Triple P, about possibly doing a pro wrestling commentary show, but that's not going to be till next year, okay? Basically, we've been back and forth in talks about various things, but just nothing too particularly crazy is going on right now, okay? I mean, we did a lot of content together over the course of October and early November, right? I appeared on their show twice. Yeah, twice. It was the Ghostbusters collab, and then the Election Day collab. We did a co-op of zombies together, and it was the only time I actually even played zombies. So we did 3 appearances in a month. But I'm distancing myself from them? Like, what are you talking about? Right now, there's nothing going on. That's correct. But there will likely be more stuff going on in the future. I don't know. You know? But it's not, like, I don't hang out with these guys every day. I don't talk to them every day. We don't do content every day together. Like, that's not even something we're interested in. Like, we like, you know, hanging out and doing content together when we do it, but we have our own things going. So how have I completely distanced myself from them? I haven't. I've gone silent. No, I haven't. I just don't know what you're talking about. I don't follow detractor shit. I don't care. I have my own detractors. I know how fucked up that it is to have detractors on your ass. I don't even know what you're talking about. I literally don't know what anyone's talking about. And I don't care. I couldn't care less. Okay.
Kind of raging about me. During the time that when this happened, basically. And if you look at the tours for the Bellagio on YouTube, you can just match up the walls. So,
yeah, it's all lining up that they were definitely there. Now, the thing that a lot of people like, what's going on with him now? Did he actually get a bad pack? Like, what happened with him with his? I knew he wasn't sober. You know, I had no evidence, but I've been around enough people.
So this is
like,
all they talked about?
Easily his fucking voice.
So literally, they just talked about shit about, I guess, Andy and the casino, and that's it. And it's just all they're doing is regurgitating what their detractors have said. They're not talking anything intelligently or anything. It's just, let's regurgitate, right? So, I mean, I'm gonna fast forward to see if they talk about anything else because it's boring.
Into everything, it's like, what the fuck else did you do?
but yeah, exactly. Yeah. That, like, I don't want to know what happened there, but it's like, I guess whatever goes in.
Can we just immediately make an observation? Rich and his show looks much better because he's using my set. You noticed that, right? Look how good his show looks now. You can actually, like, it looks like he's a normal human instead of living like a dungeon, right? With a bunch of the fucking stupid lamp behind him and everything. Like, look how much better his show looks because he's now trying to be me. The only thing is that ugly fucking mic that he doesn't need. He doesn't need a mic arm coming in from the side. He's not Howard Stern. He doesn't actually need that. He could have a mic just like mine, very low profile, off camera, not blocking the shot, but he's too lazy to get a mic like that. He has to use this ugly ass giant mic arm thing. Like he thinks he's a studio recorder. He's gonna be holding the mic and singing like he's fucking Sting, right? He's gonna be singing to the mic and fucking crooning in there. He doesn't need that. It's the dumbest mic I've ever fucking seen. It's a piece of shit, and he should get a better one. But outside of that, his setup looks good because it's my setup. I just find that absolutely funny as hell. All right, so is that it? Did they ever talk about anything else? Let's skip forward again.
Silence is saying a lot because usually they jump on everything. Like they talk before they could think. Usually,
Yeah.
from what I've
Well,
seen
if you look
anyway.
if you look at his reaction at the Bellagio, just over telling everyone, and I know Wolski said his name for years. I've known him for 8 years. Like, so to hear him be like, "It's Andy Perez," I'm like, I know your name's Andy Perez. I did this to get that visceral reaction because I know I piss him off all the time, and he'll always make up shit and lie about me. So I think the minimum I can do is get under his skin. But now it's just so gold to know that the
Does anyone even know what he's saying? I can't. First of all, I can't even understand what he's saying because he's talking so fast. I can't even understand his words, and I guess he doesn't realize that he has that British accent. I can't understand what he's talking about. And he's like, I don't know what you're saying. I was actually trying to listen, and I can't make heads or tails of what he's blabbing about at all. So, great segment.
video that he was yelling at me on is literally him in the Bellagio, and the dates all match up, everything works, and he's got some explaining to do. That's all we can really say now. So.
Yeah, the high and mighty person who was talking down to everyone who he's doing essentially worse things than they're doing, all of a sudden now is super silent. What's up, PPP? What's up, Andy? Andy, where are you?
Silence. It's deafening.
Yeah, their silence is deafening, man. My ears are bleeding from their silence. So, you know, the guys who were so quick to not shut the fuck up are sure as fuck shutting the fuck up, man.
So let me get this straight, because again, I'm just trying to understand. So the Kino detractors have come out with accusations about Kino Casino. Kino Casino, simply put, hasn't broadcast in a few days. That's it. That's it. That's the whole situation. They came out saying nasty stuff about them, and they said, well, we're not broadcasting for a few days. That's the entirety of the situation. And this is them thinking they're doing a victory lap. Like they're doing backflips of happiness. It's like, okay. The only thing I can say that here's really why I think that they're celebrating, because if Kino was broadcasting, you know what they'd be doing? Making fun of them. So because they're not broadcasting right now, they get like a day off from being felted, correct? Like that's what it is. They get a day off from being felted. But in the meantime, right? In the meantime, here he is sitting on my set trying to be me. But so you got a day off from felting from one group, but you just massively embarrassed yourself as much as possible. So it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, this is supposed to be your time to, I got a reprieve? Okay, so I'll just lay low and I'll sit back and I'll enjoy a day where people aren't making fun of me. No, rush to the internet to make more content that people can make fun of you for because you're an idiot. I can't get over it. I just don't understand. There's no logic in that brain. Look at that insanely large cranium. There's no logical thought in there. That is an addled mind, right? You know, they say, you ever play an RPG and they mind addling? So his mind is so addled that he actually thought that having the most botched half an hour setup to get Cog on his show for 5 minutes to basically just regurgitate what detractors have said, like this is the biggest W for him while he's sitting on my set, by the way, because his show is such shit quality. He has to steal my layout in order to have a show that looks good. All right, let's finish the clip.
Yeah, it really is. Like I said, I'm just looking forward to see what happens with this. That's because right now it's just a waiting game. This whole thing is just patience. They'll resurface at some point, but right now it's pure damage control, and the best way they're doing that is by zipping it. So
it's pure damage control, and the best way they're doing it is by zipping it. So by not broadcasting, that's damage control? No, they're just not broadcasting. I wasn't aware that they had an actual schedule that they had to adhere to. They don't. In fact, they have the least schedule of anyone I've seen. You know, I was trying to coincide so my political shows would not overlap with theirs. And they outright told me, we don't have a set schedule. We never do. We just do things on the fly. If something big happens, then we'll do a show. Sometimes we'll do multiple shows in a row. Sometimes we take days off, and we don't, you know, they kind of like, that's the way they operate. And it works. So how is it damage control just because they're not broadcasting? I'm at a loss. If anything, you're going to give them, this is what they don't understand, okay? They're going to give them the best return show they've ever had. Because what's going to happen is these idiots are going to have a meltdown every day about this. And then they're going to return, and they're going to completely blow this up. They're going to make the biggest fiesta out of this. They're going to get so much payoff in content from these morons. But these people are not self-aware. Everyone over the years said, I'm not self-aware. But I've become self-aware now. I get it. I know the game. I know what's going on. These guys don't. They actually think that this was a win for them to do this broadcast. They don't understand this is the biggest L they could possibly take because it's all going to come back to bite them eventually. Right? Everything comes full circle, and they're just so dumb. That's literally it? This was the whole thing?
Yeah, we'll see where the chips fall with this too. All right, man. It was a pleasure meeting you, dude.
Oh no, great.
I follow you on Twitter, and
Yeah.
we'll see where this goes. And I'm sure there'll be an update on it. And you're welcome. You and Pescator are welcome to come back on anytime.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Right, I'll
right.
see you later.
Have a good night. Good talking to you.
Bye bye.
So I think what it is, he's so high, he thought he just did an interview. He just talked to him for 5 minutes, and all he did is repeated the detractor memes, and that was it. He actually thinks that was like a hard-hitting interview, and he did like quality content or something. Look at this. This is painful to watch. I don't care about whose side you're on, waiting 30 minutes through troubleshooting to get a guest on, and he's only on for 5 minutes. What are we doing? But no, that's review tech. See, this must be a newcomer. This must be someone who doesn't know Rich. Like, no, that's actually Rich. That's typical Rich. Everything is a complete waste of time. Everything just takes a million years to do. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so that's it. Like, that's all I have to say. Rich is a disturbing individual. He scares me. Like, legit, he scares me now. Like, at first I used to, like, joke, oh, okay, you know, he's making fun of me or whatever. I actually think, like, he's actually mentally obsessed with me. That's why he always had the pictures of me in his room. Now he's become me. Now he actually wants to be sitting in this chair. He's copying he's superimposing himself on my set. It's scary shit. By the way, hold on 1 second. Hold on. I just made an observation. All right. So look at me. Can I blow this up even further? Probably not. No. There's no zoom. If I zoom, it's going to screw up my browser, isn't it? I wanted to zoom in more. I don't know how. Zoom. It doesn't work. You can't zoom in on a picture. Well, that's lame. But the observation I wanted to make. Okay, look at me sitting on my set. Look at Rich sitting on my set. Okay? So I'm like a normal size guy in the middle. He blocks the set. How big is he? I mean, holy shit. Like, you can't even see it. Like, he couldn't even have my set because, like, the fray, he's completely blocking that. He's completely blocking this. Like, oh my God. So even when he copies my set, it still doesn't work for him. It still looks better than his setup. It does. But it still doesn't work for him because he can't even sit on my set without blocking the entire thing. Like, what the fuck, dude? Again, I'm going to give Rich the same advice I gave him before. Get the fuck off the internet. Stop making streams. Stop making content. Deplug yourself from the internet drama. Actually spend time with your family. And then come back in 2025 and reapply yourself to meaningful content. Actually review tech. Actually come by and cover stories. This shit you're doing is not working. You're milking pennies out of an audience with trash, with drama content. Do you understand? People don't want that. People want to come by and have a good time and unplug from their lives. If you could go back to how you were back in the day, your content would be meaningful again. But instead, you deleted your past and you think this is the new way. This is the opposite of where you should be doing. You've actually fucked everything up, man. It's bad. It's pathetic. It's sad. And like I said, legit, this behavior is scary. This is not, oh, this is a joke. This is mental problems. You actually thought it was funny to try to like superimpose yourself here because you want to be me? No, it's not funny. It's very scary. That's like crazy stalker serial killer shit. You need to get evaluated. You do. And he already said that you need to talk to a psychiatrist. He does. I hope he has, and I hope he still is. Because this is not right. What he's doing is he's not right in the head with his behaviors. You understand? Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. It's pretty disturbing. Okay. All right, we got some shout outs to do. All right, and we can move on. We'll probably just do some chill Q&A at the end here. So, we've got Ban Amber Herdaturd. Ban Amber Herdaturd, who did a 1999 super chat. Thank you for a 1999 super chat. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Wait a minute, did I do this again? No, I didn't. There's no tip. Okay, there's no tips today so far. That's why I don't have it there. Okay, got it. So. And Amber heard the third. Okay. So they said, at least you do your job and you have your own content. Rich goes weeks without streaming. He no longer even makes videos. No idea how he's making a living from YouTube. I was a mod and I got blocked for calling him out about it. Really? Well, I mean, again, the thing is with me, all this stuff this year, like me even addressing something like that, that's new, right? Like, I have my own stuff to do. I have a full schedule of games. I've got a politics show that I just launched that's doing well, and I'm excited for the future for that, correct? We've got a fun podcast we do every single morning about various different topics. I've got a lot going on for me. I don't need to do that. I could if I feel like it. And I felt like today was a day to address it because someone sent me that and I was actually legit shocked that that happened. But I don't, you're right. I have my own things going on. I have a set schedule. I adhere to the schedule. I'm a hard worker. And if I'm not here for a show, people get worried because like, where's Phil? He's such a good guy. You know, he adheres to that schedule. If he's not here, it means something's wrong. Correct? So sorry to hear that you got blocked over there. But again, we got some people. I got to give them credit. Who is it? Juicy Booch? I believe Juicy Booch is still a mod over there. You got to give that guy massive credit. I don't know how on earth you could continue to mod for that guy. Like, I just don't. I don't know. That's insanity to me. Like, to even be on that stream for 5 minutes is like an arduous test of your patience and time. And I couldn't imagine watching that. I just couldn't. You see, I couldn't even watch the 5-minute clip. I had to skip ahead. It was so bad. House of Rebellion, 15 months as a member. I believe you would re-up your membership yesterday. Says, I remembered. It remembers I'm a former member here. Cheers, Big Phil. Yes, on YouTube. Whenever you renew your membership, it picks up where you left off. It's not like on Twitch where Twitch used to forget. So if you weren't an ongoing sub on Twitch, you would delete your badge. You'd have to start over. Here, it just picks up where you left off. So there you go. Okay. Bloomkit with a $2 super chat says Kendrick dropped Forget Rich New Kendrick. The fuck are you talking about? I don't even know what that means. But thanks for the $2 super chat. All right. So we're currently at $69 of support. And remember what I said, everybody. Once we hit the goal of 150, I'm going to order the food for today's episode of DSP Tries It. So please support the stream. Let's get to 78, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Darkside Dabbing, we talked about this yesterday. Darkside Dabbing said if I dabbed, he would send $5. So that's not how it works. If you send $5 and you say, hey, Phil, here's $5, could you dab for me? Then I probably would. But I'm not going to do it first. That's not how it works. That's you know, they say a sucker is born every minute. Well, I was born 42 years ago. I'm smarter than that. The king does not dab for free. You understand? The king's time is very valuable. The king has many better things to do than just dab on a whim for you. You understand? Okay. Oh, let's see here. Ooh, I received a generous contribution. I received a $30 tip from an anonymous tipper who says, if you add another 0 to this, you'll actually get Rich's minimum body weight. See, that's disturbing to me. Like, here, okay, I'm not going to fat shame anyone. I'm not. You know, I can make a little quip here or there, but here's the deal, all right? I used to be overweight, grossly overweight. Today, I weigh around 195 pounds. Actually, I haven't weighed myself in a while, but I think I've lost a little more. I think I'm around 195 pounds, okay? My ideal body weight is 185 pounds. I was told when I was like in my early 20s by, you know, the doctor at the time, he said, yeah, your ideal body weight now that you're fully grown is going to be 185. Now, if you bulk up with muscle, you'll be bigger than that. But 185 is what you want to try to aspire to be at least be like, you know, healthy. Okay, and that's what I'm working at right now. I'm trying to eat less, eat healthier. When I need to, I run on the treadmill. I'm trying to do these things to get myself in better shape, okay? Now, the most I ever weighed, all right, ever in my life, was around 240 something pounds. I don't know the exact amount, but I know I was at least 240 at one point, okay? When I weighed 240 pounds, all right, here's how I felt. I'm going to describe it for you because many of you maybe have never been that body weight. Number one, I just felt sluggish all the time. I never felt energetic. I always felt like no matter what, I was tired because I always felt like I had to lug around all this shit that was on my body. Like I felt like I was wearing saddlebags. You know, I felt unhealthy because like, oh, I'm tired all the time to move around because I was too fucking heavy, okay? My body had all these issues. This is when I was having my back issues severely. Like my back was really bad off, meaning I had a severely herniated disc between my L4, L5 vertebrae, and I was getting numbness or shooting pain down the backs of my legs. And sometimes it was even worse where I felt like I was going to have a actual like panic attack because I couldn't control my legs the way that I should be able to. All right. My knees felt incredibly painful almost all the time. There was a day when I worked at the helicopter company and I was like 240 something. And all I did, I swear, this is all that happened. I opened my car door and I went like this and I put my leg down on the ground and I started to get up and my knee buckled and popped. Just went, ba-doom. And I said, oh, it was excruciating pain. I said, oh, fuck. So I was sitting there in the parking lot screaming in pain at my job. And I had to go work that day. I'm hobbling in with incredibly painful leg. People were like, what happened? I was like, I don't know my knee. It's because I was fat. It's because I had too much body weight. The human body is not meant to be supporting hundreds and hundreds of pounds of fat on the body. Okay? And then on top of that, I actually had issues with breathing and sleeping, where sometimes I would actually I would snore so loud that I would wake myself up at night because I couldn't, you know, when you're that level of unhealthy fat, you're not breathing properly anymore. You know, I don't know if it was sleep apnea officially or whatever. I never had it tested, but it was really bad. All right. So I couldn't get a good night's sleep ever. I felt like shit always, never had energy, felt unhealthy, felt sick, and hurting joints, back fucked up. And that was it, 240 pounds, right? These people are like 300, 400 pounds. What is going on? How do they even live? The only thing I can think of, it's got to be the most incredible level of apathy, meaning they just don't care. They stopped caring a while ago. They don't care about how they feel, the quality of their life, what they're actually able to do on a daily basis. To them, it's just, I just exist. It's not that I want to exist for a purpose because I want to do this today. That's a useful thing, a positive thing, a happy thing. To them, it's just, I just exist today. I'm a lump. How else could you choose to live at that weight? And again, there's ways to lose weight. There's things that can happen. A guy like Rich, he tried, right? Didn't he try once? Did he get, okay, this is a good question for you who are in his viewership. Did he ever get that surgery, the band surgery or whatever it was, to get him to eat less or whatever? Because we know that Wings got it, right? And that didn't work. What is what I've said all along. We talked about this when I actually watched the Rings of Redemption documentary 2 years ago by June the King. In order for weight loss to work, all right, it's not just that you're going to do something like get a surgery or you need to have, he didn't get any surgery? Okay, people are confirming he didn't. All right. In order to make a life change, you need to have not only physical change, but you need to have mental change. You need to have emotional change. You need to have a support system around you to actually make you want to change and support that level of change. If you make a change, but then you have enablers around you, it's not going to stick. You know what I'm saying? So for Rich to actually get healthy, he would have to be surrounded by people who care about him, who are going to do things that are going to, actually intervene and say, no, Rich, you should absolutely not be sitting around all day eating edibles, or you know, whatever he's doing to you know, imbibe this THC. That this is bad. You know, you should not be doing this. This is insanely unhealthy for you, and you have a family. You can't put look at your body. Look what you've done to yourself. You can't do that because you have people who depend on you. You understand? For him to be like that and to be a family member who people depend on him, it means that he's just given up on everything. He doesn't care. That's what I mean. He has to stop. He has to stop with the broadcasts. He has to stop with the drama. He has to unplug himself from the internet and actually spend time with his family to reconnect with that, and then want to change for the better himself, and then have that support system in place so he can do it. It's sad what we're seeing, the degrading and the he's decaying. And then, oh, now I'm going to be like Phil. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to Photoshop myself onto Phil's set. Dude, stop. That's even worse. Okay. And by the way, some people seem to be under the impression, they're like, where's the gameplay? This is the podcast. What is this? The level 1 podcast. You see that? That's what we're doing right now. The gameplay comes later. The gameplay comes after the show ends. It's even scheduled as such on my schedule, so I recommend you check out my schedule because it sounds like you didn't. Okay. House of Rebellion did a $10 super chat and says, got a split, but I just want to say have a good one, Big Phil. Stay frosty, bro. So thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Thanks for stopping by today. That gets us up to 109 in support. Folks, that means we are $41 away. 41 from the goal and ordering the triple smash taste test for today. All right, let's do it. Will I try a turkey sandwich at Arby's? No, because there's no Arby's around here. The one that's here is like really far away, and so we never order Arby's. Because it's actually way too expensive too. It's ridiculous. Like, we had an Arby's that was right down the street that we would eat at every once in a while. But sadly, unfortunately, it closed down because of health code violations. So who knows what they were doing over there that they got shut down by the health department. Then after that, the only other Arby's in this area is pretty far away. And every time we look at it and we consider it, like, oh, it's just too expensive. It'll be like $20 for like a beef and cheddar combo, which is just a beef and cheddar sandwich, which is small, fries and a drink. It's like, I don't think we're going to order that. So, so no, I don't think I'm going to be getting a turkey sandwich from Arby's. Any chance I'll play Horizon Adventure? So you're talking about the new Horizon Lego game? No one's really asked me for it. I mean, to be honest, the Horizon games didn't do well here regardless. Like when I played Horizon Forbidden West, basically people begged me to stop playing it, but I forced myself to finish it. I don't know. I mean, like, that sounds like something as a chill stream, you know, in the future perhaps. But right now we just started Flight Sim, which is a really awesome chill game. So I think that's going to be our focus for now. Okay. Okay, so a couple of contributions have come in. First of all, thank you to Tech Buzz, who just gifted a sub over on Kick and went to It's Avery FFS. So thank you, Tech Buzz. That's good for a $5. Thank you so much. And then I received a $1 tip. What was up with the cyclone that hit Washington? Did you feel any of it? I lost power for 12 hours. It just so happened that when I lost power, I had just finished my Bloodborne stream. So at least that got done. And then power came back just in time for my ceiling fan to be installed downstairs in the dining room. So yeah, I got affected by it. It was basically just extremely bad winds and a little bit of rain here. But other parts of Washington got it really bad. It was like absolutely over the top extreme weather. And they're still like cleaning up roads and stuff. All right. So we have a little bit of extra time left, guys. Let's do some little bit of Q&A here for about 10 minutes until we end the show, and then we'll get started with Stalker 2 as promised. But last chance, if anyone would like to contribute, I would appreciate that. If we can hit the goal before the stream ends, that would be, or before the podcast ends, that would be awesome, because then I could order. Okay. Yeah, Sister Anime, there's a lot of content on this channel. Every morning I do a podcast. The podcast starts around 11:15 a.m. and runs till about 1 p.m. Then around 1 p.m. I switch over and we do 3+ hours of gaming of a certain game. Then I take a break and then I come back later on at night and I do another show. Speaking of which, there's one thing, guys, that I totally forgot to talk about, and this is important, all right? So let me talk about it now at the end of the show. Starting this Sunday, my late streams are going to change their time. They're actually going to start earlier so that they can end a little earlier. So normally my late stream these days has been starting around 7 p.m. Pacific time and running till around like 9:30 Pacific time, sometimes going even later than that. The problem is with my wife's work schedule, all right? A lot of mornings she has to get up very early. And so what happens is certain days we don't get to spend any time together after my late stream. It's doing it again, by the way. We don't get to spend any time together during my late stream, after my late stream, because she has to go right to sleep. She's tired, you know, either from that day of work she just did, or because she has another day of work coming up the next day and she has to go to bed right away. So we talked about it. We're like, well, how can we fix this? So what I'm going to do is my first streams will not be affected at all. The first stream will be exactly the same. My late streams now, instead of starting at like 7 p.m., are going to start between 6:15 and 6:30 with the intention that the gameplay will begin and probably finish at the latest by around 9 p.m. This allows me an hour to finish and be done in here at the latest by 10, so I still get to spend some time with her before she goes to sleep. Okay? So that's what we're going to do starting this Sunday. The late stream times will become earlier. So I'm actually talking about this, you know, so everyone knows. I'm going to probably clip this out as a highlight so everyone knows that the times will be reset a little bit. Okay? Okay. Darziak is saying, my friends have been playing Stalker 2 and they say that it's better to use Russian voice over English. Yeah, but I don't understand Russian and I don't want to read subtitles. You know? So I think we're going to go with English. Even if it sounds awkward or bad, I think it makes more sense. So that way we don't have to be sitting there reading subtitles the whole time. You know? Joel Loft says, how dare you spend time with your wife? That is unacceptable and unbecoming of a husband. Exactly correct. That is absolutely right. No, the truth is, things change. Like, her work schedule used to be different. And so the stream times worked perfectly. But now, sadly, a lot of times I don't get out of this office till like 10:30. Like last night, I was in this office till 10:45. Because remember, I had to make all those clips and everything out of the show. And then I uploaded them all. And I go downstairs and she's already tired. She wants to go to sleep. I'm like, yeah, this sucks. Now we don't get to spend any time together because of the schedule. So it makes sense. I'll just take a shorter break between the streams. You know, right now what I'm doing is I'm taking a break. And during that break, I eat dinner and I relax with my wife for a little bit. And I have like a coffee. And then I head up for my second stream. I'll just do that a little faster so that way I can go down there and spend more time with her after the stream. You know? Okay. Thank you to Sister Anime for a gifted sub over on Kick. I appreciate that. Cool. Up to 120 now. Would I consider having a decompression stream for DS Politics on YouTube? No. What's my favorite ocean? Actually, my favorite is the Red Sea. And it's not an ocean, it's a body of water. I like the Red Sea. It's my favorite one. What ocean? I don't have a favorite ocean. I have a favorite body of water. It's the Red Sea. My favorite cloud is the cumulonimbus. My favorite sea is the Red Sea. And my curtains are my blackout curtains are bothering me because the sun keeps blowing them open. See, I don't have a latch. Like some blackout curtains have like a button or a latch. Mine don't. Maybe I'll get that Velcro. Maybe you could buy sticky Velcro. So maybe I'll get some sticky Velcro to stick in the middle to cinch it together. So that way this doesn't happen because it's now open twice. I've now used my chair because I have a little chair that I bought earlier this year because originally my idea was that my wife and I were going to do some co-op and it never worked out. But I have a little chair and I pushed it against the blinds. So hopefully that'll hold them in place and stop doing it. This is so annoying. Okay. Do I have a favorite mountain range? Yes, the Appalachians. I love the Appalachian Mountains. Boris did a super chat, but it is a currency I don't recognize, so I have absolutely no idea what the value is. So now I got to do a currency conversion. It sucks because I haven't had to do this in a while, and now I have to do it. What is NOK to USD? So this is 30. It's the equivalent of $2.71. Thank you, Boris, for a $2.71 super sticker. There we go. Thank you, Boris. Greetings from Chile. Hello, Ozoy Ryuse. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Don says, what's your thoughts on Russia using an ICBM in Ukraine? This is not DS Politics. We don't talk about political topics on this show. This is not DS Politics. If this was DS Politics, I would answer the question, but it's not DS Politics, so we don't do that. Okay? Iron Chef Sakai has just gifted not 1, not 2, not 5, but 10 subs over on Kick. 10 sub bomb. Thank you, Iron Chef Sakai. So, number 1, all right, that is indeed... Where the hell is the leaderboard? Oh, I'm so stupid. That is indeed the biggest contribution of the day. Number 2... That is a whopping $50 of support for the stream. Number 3... That now means... that we have hit 78 straight streams of hitting my goals and crushing my trolls. Here it comes. The rain is a-coming. Thank you so much, Iron Chef Sakai. Thank you to everybody else who has supported this morning and allowed this streak to continue. It is time, right after this show ends, to order the smash burgers and get them all on the way to being delivered. I can't wait to do a triple taste test for you today. Keep in mind, we already know what the next one will be for next week, a triple Whopper showdown. This will be very exciting. Thank you all for your support. Thanks for filling the King's coffers, and thank you very, very much for everything. You guys are awesome. What a great week this was, right? And what a great week we have in store. We already covered that earlier on the show. This week coming up is going to be an outstanding week. It's going to be a really, really good week of all kinds of gameplay, the Thanksgiving special. It's going to be a good one, all right? Okay. So I think it's time to end the show. Everyone keeps asking me these questions, but at some point you realize we have to play Stalker, right? Like we want to play Stalker today. So let's end it here. But remember, I'm not here tomorrow. All right. However, when I return on Sunday, we will recap what I thought of Stalker. We'll talk about how Friday Night Fights went. We'll talk about any gaming news and any other things going down, and hopefully I will see you on Sunday when we continue and have another fun show, plus Bloodborne and, you know, everything else coming this week, Call of Duty, right? So thank you all. I enjoyed the show. I hope you did. And I will see you all on Sunday.